All right, so chapter 9, vehicle information. So, a couple things that you need to know from this chapter is going to simply start with your title and registration. Your title is going to tell you people that you own the vehicle, and registration, you are registering that vehicle with the state of New Jersey. So, New Jersey residents who buy a new or used vehicle must title, register, and insure it before driving on a public roadway. Okay? If a motorist moves into New Jersey, law requires you to be registered, titled in 60 days, if not sooner. The one thing that should be recognized is that if your registration expires from the state that you moved from, before that 60 days is up, your vehicle is subject to that same registration window. Okay? An initial registration for a brand new vehicle is valid for 4 years. Otherwise, it's typically valid for 1 year. So right now, the motor vehicle is under a lot of heat because during the pandemic, they were closed. And now people are waiting in line for all-day events to go and get their license and stuff like that done. And it's just become a nightmare for some people. All right, so license plates. You are going to be given 2 matching license plates once you register your vehicle. Okay, it's important to know that they have to be the different dimensions. Okay, they need to be clean and visible. You can't put a cover over it. Okay, it must be lighted. The rear plate must be lighted so it's visible from 50 feet at night. If it's not lighted, a cop can pull you over for it, even if it's reflectorized. Obstruction. Here you go. That covers a fine up to $100. Okay? If your license plate gets lost or stolen, you need to call the police and keep a copy of that complaint. All right? The other thing is, if you transfer your plates to a new vehicle, you need to you have to do that. Okay? If a motorist sells their vehicle and they don't transfer the plates, you need to surrender the old plates and you have to bring them in and get a receipt. Okay? A motorist may place only valid plates on their vehicle. So if you put forged or counterfeit license plates on your vehicle, you're looking at a fine, jail time possibly, and a suspension of your license. All right? Your vehicle. In New Jersey, you have to get your cars inspected. So every 2 years, your car has to get inspected at a state facility. All right, this is free. All right, if you buy a brand new car, you have a 5-year sticker on it. Okay, if you bought a brand new car that's used and it's, say it's a 2018 I just buy, I have 3 years before the car has to get inspected. Okay. When moving to New Jersey from another state, motorists must have their vehicle inspected within 14 days after registering it. Okay. Cops, if your vehicle isn't registered, cops can give you tickets for it. So it's important to make sure that your car gets registered, that you have these inspection stickers on it. You need to make sure that you are doing all that. Okay. Otherwise, it may not end out well for you. Okay, insurance. In New Jersey, you have to have liability insurance. It's mandatory, no questions asked. Okay? You have to have it. So what that means is that if you get into a car accident, your insurance will pay for the other car's damage. Okay? However, if you get into a car accident and your car gets demolished, okay, and it's like, say $12,000 worth of damage, you don't have collision insurance on that vehicle, you're not going to get any money for it. So it's important that you have the minimum of liability insurance, but you can add different types of insurance to your policy to cover your vehicle in the case of a loss. Okay? You are going to get an insurance card for every vehicle that is insured. You need to keep the card within the vehicle. I recommend the glove box, somewhere is easily accessible. Because if you get pulled over, you're in a car crash, the police officer is going to look for it. Okay? You are allowed to have an electronic version of this card if you would like to. Some places are doing that. I believe Geico does digital cards, but keep in mind if you don't have cell service and things like that, other crazy things could happen. So if possible, print it out and just put it in your glove box. Insurance fraud. Okay. If you are committing insurance fraud by providing false information, by making a claim or submitting an insurance application, they can file criminal charges and incarcerate you. So, interesting story. My roommate in college, her father was a retired state police officer, and in his retirement, that's what he did. He investigated insurance fraud, where he would go out and people's cars caught on fire, and he would take pictures of them, and pretty much they would convict them and get the money back that they falsely claimed. So it was pretty interesting hearing some of the stories. People, saying their car got stolen, but they're still driving it around. Okay, some people necessarily are not the smartest. So that is chapter 9. Make sure that when you start to drive, that you have your car insured with liability insurance. You register your car every year, as well as your inspection is valid. Okay, those are the 3 things that are super, super important, and it avoids some unnecessary headaches that you may not want as you become seasoned drivers. Thanks for listening.